I'm Dana Denha, and you're watching FYI. Learning to swim can be a daunting task on its own, but what if you had additional challenges to face? The people at the Orthotic and Prosthetic Activities Foundation, or OPAF, are here to help in ways you may have never thought possible. OPAF hosts FIRST clinics to teach the mobility challenged how to stay active.
We specialize in orthotics and prosthetics, but we also help anyone who has CP or MS, anyone that has had a difficult time getting around and wants to try something new for the first time. Basically anyone who feels that they can't do different athletic events, we want to show them that they can do it, and we have a way to help them do it.
The organization took a plunge during their first swim, snorkel, dive clinic on the campus of EMU.
Our instructors bring them in and give them the courage and the strength to get in the pool, try something new, really work with them to make sure that they feel comfortable and so that they're not hesitant to worry about trying it again on their own or with family and friends.
There's a lot of great people here. The atmosphere here is just, it's unbelievable. It's positive, it's encouraging, there's no can'ts in the building, and what's even better is that you see that there are people facing things bigger than you are, and it makes you come to terms with your own, what you thought were fears.
When they're in the water, if you lose a limb, you become more buoyant, and so it's hard to adjust your body to the buoyancy of water. And so we work a lot on that to make sure that you're comfortable and you can get yourself in an upright position and you can move your body around as needed.
The more normality we put to this life and this lifestyle, and get out there and show people that there is life after this, that not just life, but there's a great life after this. I mean, we're freaking superheroes. We've survived something that tried to kill us. And we've gone on with our heads above water and gone, no, I don't think so. Let's go again.
To stay up to date on all the Orthotic and Prosthetic Activities Foundation has to offer, visit opafonline.org. Stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly with more news and information. There's a unique group of women who have a love for music and singing as they gather weekly to share their passion in the form of a chorus. The songbirds are out and music is in the air as the Ann Arbor Women's Chamber Chorus preps for their spring concert.
The Women's Chamber Chorus is a community choir for women who like to sing, all ages, and it's no audition. It's a group that puts on at least 2 concerts per year, one in the winter and one in the spring.
We sing an eclectic mix, just about any kind of music, international, religious, non-religious.
The ladies are led by David Peramble, whose musical stylings bring out the best in their ability.
David chooses the music and we sing it, and he's a wonderful director. He leads us with humor and kindness. And we just love coming and we love singing, and it gets our week off to a good start, singing on Monday morning.
Well, they enjoy singing so much that it's always a delight to come in here on a Monday morning. No matter how I'm feeling, by 11:30, I'm feeling fantastic. And I feed off of their energy. And they feed off my energy too, so it's reciprocal. It's just a lot of fun. People love to sing. It's a great deal of joy comes through, and it's extremely healthful.
It gets your endorphins going, your brain endorphins, and you feel happy, and it lasts from day to day. You know, it's not just Monday mornings. It really does get our week off to a good start.
Visit womenschamberchorus.com for more info on the group and the upcoming spring concert. Our wheels are rolling into pothole season, and the city has a quick and easy service available to report potholes and plenty of other issues that may arise throughout Ann Arbor. Learn more about A2 Fix It in this month's City Roundup in 60.
Hello, my name is Robert Keller with the City of Ann Arbor, here to tell you a quick and easy way to report problems to the city that you need to get fixed. Problems like potholes, streetlight outages, or snow or ice on sidewalks or streets. It's called A2 Fix-It. A2 Fix-It is a tool you can access online. Just simply go to a2gov.org/A2Fixit or download the app for your smartphone. Now keep in mind, A2 Fix-It isn't for everything. A2 Fix-It isn't for emergencies, crime issues, or flooding or water problems. But for practically everything else, A2 Fix-It is your best and easy way to let us know you need something fixed.
Last September, we witnessed the groundbreaking of St. Joseph Mercy Ann Arbor's new cancer center right here on FYI. Now that some time has passed, we'd like to know more about the improved cancer center, where we are in the construction phase, and a unique call for artists. Joining me is Beth LaVasseur, Executive Director of Oncology at St. Joseph Mercy Ann Arbor. Welcome to the show, Beth.
Hi, it's great to be here.
Can you first initially talk about why we needed this improved cancer center?
Sure. So the Cancer Center in Ann Arbor was built back in 1993, and interestingly enough, it was the first cancer center in the state of Michigan to pull all of the specialty services together under one roof. So since that time, in the last 25 years, two things have happened. First of all, we're treating about 3 times as many patients as we were treating in the 90s. And additionally, cancer care has become much more complex. There's a variety of different people that need to be involved in cancer care and different specialties. So we needed more room to be able to deliver cancer care. And we wanted the environment to be a healing environment for patients. So we needed updates and more private settings for patients, particularly in the infusion area.
Mm-hmm. So now we broke ground last fall. Mm-hmm. Are we on track to have the cancer center completed come November, which was the initial plan?
Yes, we are. We were lucky that this winter was helped in the construction process. They were able to complete all of the initial footings that needed to be there. We're expanding and renovating the current space. So we're fortunate that they've been able to rough in all the areas, and now there's a number of things that will need to be completed, but we're right on track for November.
Awesome. So one interesting thing that you brought to my attention while we were chatting before the show was that you guys actually took a lot of patient input while you were creating this new cancer center.
Absolutely. We developed a mechanism. We've had a patient advisory committee, but we added additional current and previous patients to our groups to be able to take part in workshops with experts both in architecture and in cancer care delivery to be able to look at what would be the ideal setting for us to deliver cancer care in the future. So we not only planned the building, we looked at how we want to deliver services, what we want patients to experience from the minute they walk in, and then we planned the building and the space around that idea. So it's been great to have the patients' input. They brought up things that often we would not have thought about, and so we're very grateful to their investment in time and being able to help us with that vision.
What are some of the things that maybe they brought to your attention?
Sure. So one of the things is we have about 7 different services in the building, and many of the patients experienced a sense that they were having to check in at each of those spots, and they felt as though that presented kind of a fractionated opinion of the services. So what they really wanted was to feel welcome the minute that they walked in the door and know that the person at the front door understood what their entire itinerary was for the day. So we've planned it now that we're actually changing the direction so that as someone walks in within a couple of feet of getting in the door, there's what we're calling a welcome ambassador that understands what the patient's scheduled for that day in the building, and they're able to do the check-in for all those services at one point. So when patients move from place to place, we'll know they're coming, the medical assistant can room them right away, or the lab staff will be able to seat them right in the chair. There won't be different check-in spots in each of those spaces.
I can imagine that would be frustrating. And as someone that hasn't ever had cancer, I can't even imagine what it feels like to have to deal with going to the hospital on a regular basis and getting your treatments.
Exactly.
And one of the things that you actually took into account is the patient experience, more than just a welcoming committee, because you're actually like making it so it's more of a serene experience as they're getting their infusions or whatever it might be.
Correct. We've looked at the entire environment. We've worked along with healthcare experts and architects to assure that the environment has research-based attempts to make sure that the environment is serene and comfortable and promotes a healing environment. We've had the patients, we've mocked up in exam rooms and infusion center rooms so that patients could look at what's going to be most comfortable for them, how much space do they need for their family members, what do they want to look at, and that's one of the areas in which we are planning a beautiful garden so that patients, as they are in the infusion suite or even in exam rooms, will have the capability to look over a nice area in which they can feel comfortable, and it can help them to be able to relax during their treatments.
So now the Cancer Center can obviously accommodate more people, and what are you adding so that it can accommodate more?
Sure, so we're adding about 25,000 extra square feet. We're completely renovating the lower level of the Cancer Center so that we can take all of the conference room space out of the first and second floor. We're adding an education center, which will help our physicians to be able to collaborate more appropriately in a great space. We also are adding additional exam rooms. We're almost doubling the number of exam rooms. This again will keep patients from feeling as though they're waiting in a waiting room or having to move to a second spot to check out when their appointments are done. They can be moved immediately into an exam room and have everything taken care of in that space. The infusion center in the 90s was state of the art. It was really designed in a way that most cancer centers across the country had done it, where it was more of a community environment and chairs were seated in circles and patients could talk to each other. But over time, what we've really found is that patients want that private space with their family members. And we'll still have the opportunity. We're going to create a little cafe area in the middle of the infusion center so that family members and patients can move there and they can communicate and talk with other patients. But when they want that private space, they'll have a nice area to do that.
And one of the things that you said a lot of people don't know about the St. Joe's Cancer Center is that you do clinical trials there as well?
Correct. We have been continuously funded since 1993 with a National Cancer Institute grant. At this point, we receive $2.2 million per year to be able to allow clinical trials to be carried out in our community setting. This is a great way for patients to be able to take part in new experimental treatments, to be able to contribute to the knowledge that's available. Our trials not only include treatments, but they're also looking at ways that we deliver cancer care, how we reduce symptoms that patients have associated with cancer or cancer treatments. And we also look at how we can help patients to be able to cope from a standpoint of psychologically and how to best be able to deal with survivorship issues, because as we know, the great thing about many of the advances in cancer is that so many patients are living longer, and so we need to look at ways to make sure that we help them throughout their lifetime after their cancer's cured.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to the serenity aspect of it, because you guys are actually doing a call for artists at the new Cancer Center, and you're looking for quite a bit of art.
Yes, we are. So we receive so many comments from patients and from family members that heard about our center, asking us how could they donate, how could they be part of this. So one of the things we decided to do was create this call for art. We certainly are looking to fill about 200 to 300 pieces in the new Cancer Center, and what we'd like to do is those that are interested in donating can submit, and I know that you're going to provide the email address, but can submit information, their name, contact information, and a little bit of a description or pictures of their art. We're looking for a theme in which we're talking about the Great Lakes, we're talking about the environment in Michigan, and we want to have an environment with a feature garden that then carries through the Cancer Center with things that depict that theme. So we're hoping that artists out there that are interested in donating will look at this as an opportunity to be able to submit their interest.
I think that'll just be so nice, because when you think about like going to the hospital, it just seems so stale and clinical. So like to have that nice, like serene, you know, you're looking at the Great Lakes, or just like beautiful artwork that people have made. And it seems like you don't necessarily have to be like a award-winning artist to do it. It could be a hobby of yours, but you just made something that was
Correct.
amazing.
Correct. And that's where I think we've found such an amazing number of people that have come to us and said, I have a piece that I would like you to consider. So we want to make sure that we're open to looking at those pieces. And many of these people are family and patients themselves, so I think this will be nice for our community. Almost everyone's touched by cancer at some point in their life with their friends or family members, so we find there's always this willingness and want to be able to contribute.
All right, well, thank you so much for being on the show, Beth.
Yeah, thank you.
For more on this and other programs, visit a2gov.org/watchctn. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time to FYI.